It was a memorable and successful senior night in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Mario Blessing, Fred Miller, and Ty Green were sent off in style. A regular season ending victory, at least at home. They have one more regular season game on the road field, but they pull away from Lipscomb down the stretch. And in winning this final scheduled regular season home game, they punched their ticket into the ASUN tournament with a third seed, which is going to assure them a home game here in the first round.
Kind of a jumbled game at times, looked just kind of jagged, but Upstate did what they had to do. And one of the real hallmarks of this Upstate team, Jason, has been their defense. It bore fruit again tonight, holding another opponent. Lipscomb tonight under 50 points, just 47 for the Bisons.
You mentioned some numbers. Let's take a look at the numbers overall from this basketball game, give you a sense of how the Spartans came away with the 70-47 win, avenging a loss to Lipscomb on the road in the Music City a little earlier this season by shooting much better. Free throw percentage was a concern early, but they hit some down the stretch and improved that number. Overall, what else jumps out at you off the numbers, Phil?
Well, I think just Lipscomb, I think Upstate's defense deserves a lot of credit, but maybe just as big as that was Lipscomb's just inability to get the ball to go in. Had a lot of good looks right around the basket, and then on top of that, they couldn't get any perimeter shots to go in.
Whatever the case, they were limited to just 47 points. Ninth time this season, Upstate has held an opponent under 50, as you mentioned, and 70, the final point total for the Spartans. Let's look at how this affects the Atlantic Sun Conference standings, give you a visual on it. As we mentioned, this all but secures the third seed for USC Upstate. As you can see, neither Lipscomb or Northern Kentucky can get to them with one game remaining in the conference season. They also are not going to be able to reach Florida Gulf Coast or North Florida, who are battling it out in South Florida for the conference championship tonight. So Upstate in that 3 seed with a home game next Tuesday night.
Now, third time in 4 years that Upstate has been the 3 seed in the ASUN tournament, and it's not just big that you're one of those upper seeds, but that you get a home game. We've harped on it so much. So the way we read it, the way we interpret those standings and all those matchups is Upstate has locked up not only a home game, but a 3 seed for next week's ASUN tournament.
That's the way the numbers look. We keep saying we think or we see, because you never want to say anything until you get final confirmation from the conference office, but everything standings-wise seems to shake Upstate into that third slot. Let's take a look back at how they reached that third spot in the ASUN Conference. Here's the highlights from the game. You're going to see a whole lot of the 3 seniors, Blessing, Miller, and Green, and there's number 5 to get us started on the highlights.
Yeah, tough, gritty performance by him, by Ty Green. Another 20-plus point performance tonight. And then the kind of the close, a very close proximity basket starting to go in as Schulte cuts diagonally into the lane. And then Upstate got the perimeter game going as well. So always want to get a win on senior night, and then you couple that in, and everything kind of comes together. Just a great overall performance for Upstate. Maybe don't like the foul shooting, but Miller with the tomahawk highlight dunk there.
Well, was that the exclamation point on senior night or what? And then Miller dumps it off in the corner, a solid pass to Blessing, and he makes his way into the scorebook so that all 3 seniors both have impact and score in this basketball game.
Yeah, love to see Blessing get his name in the scorebook before we end up. And I'll tell you, Jason, the one guy that we probably didn't focus on much tonight because, well, he wasn't a senior, Shunquest Stevens, 15 points again for him. How nice has it been to see him step up and offer double-digit point outputs as we get late in this calendar year, conference year.
And there is a big hand for Ty Green. Same thing happened for Mario Blessing and Fred Miller as they left the floor here on the final time on senior night. It will not be the final time. As we've already said, they will have a home game here in the ASUN Conference Tournament. But all in all, Phil, big win for the Spartans. They get contributions from their 3 key seniors, and it is a memorable senior night in the Hodge Center. We encourage you to join us as the women will honor their seniors on Saturday. It's an afternoon tip. Tom Van Hoy will have the play-by-play call for you on ESPN3 alongside Aaron Cox, and we encourage you to be a part of that. Center Court was released earlier tonight. It has Eddie Payne, Tammy George, both giving their thoughts on the last week or so of basketball action and how they feel heading in to the conference tournament that is just around the corner. You're going to make sure you catch up with that and everything related to Upstate basketball on UpstateSpartans.com. For Phil Cox and all our crew, thanks for joining us. Happy senior night in Spartanburg. Snow falling outside, warm hearts inside as Upstate wins it 70-47.